Hi Amit, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm totally good. What about you?
Yes, it's been a good day. I didn't go to work and been busy so far.
Okay. So what do you do, by the way? You did not go to work. So what do you do?
I also teach in a school,
Okay.
and but I had some work and I had to take care of it. That's why I had to take a leave. Let's introduce ourselves, then we will continue.
All right. By the way, my name is Amit Kirkitta. I'm from Jharkhand. There is a state, basically district called Gumla. I'm from there. I have
Hmm.
just completed a bachelor in education, like BEd degree, and now I'm is teaching in a high school. I'm an English teacher.
Great.
I'm teaching there not for a long. I have been teaching there for 1 month, and
Hmm.
I have been doing basically like it has been a great time teaching there. And my
Hmm.
hobbies are playing badminton, reading books, talking to people. As you know, like I'm using this platform to talk to people, and I have to use other platform as well to talk to people. So I like doing these kind of things. So that's my
Great.
introduction.
And my name is Roshan, and I'm from Bihar, so we are neighbors, right?
Yeah.
And I also recently graduated, but with English honors. I haven't done my BEd yet, and I'm teaching in a school. I also teach English there. My hobbies also include playing badminton, but I
Okay.
only play it during winter. And I love reading. That's my first or top favorite hobby, I would say, watching movies. And I've also started a YouTube channel where I talk about books, movies, and talk to people. So I guess we have a lot of common teachers,
Yeah,
playing badminton, reading.
exactly. Because by the way, I am also graduated with English literature. So yeah, we
Oh,
have
cool.
things common. Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Okay.
So how was
So
your
when did you
experience?
sorry?
All right, go on. You were saying
Okay.
something.
So how did your English journey started? Like how did you started learning about English, like language? Because like
Hmm.
initially we don't care learning about it. We are not serious. When we are in a school, we don't pay attention, right? And we don't know whether it is help us in our future or not. So we don't seriously learn English language. But later when we realize it's really important to get a job, or if we want to do anything good in future, then we definitely learn this language, and we start
I
learning journey. So when you started your learning journey?
Exactly. I never started my learning journey, to be honest. I have learned nothing. Even in school, I wasn't good at any subject. So English, but I was able to comprehend it somehow because I was interested in stories, right? So ever since I was a child, I was into movies. I used to read storybooks, mostly in Hindi. But as I was in plus two, I started reading comics and started reading plain text novel, and that's how the interest, to read, to talk to people. And then I joined a spoken class because of my coaching. There was option to choose, literature and spoken, so I went with both of it. So I enjoyed my
Okay.
literature classes and I enjoyed talking to people there. And of course, in my graduation I had to read a lot of books. So I would say I got serious about learning English when I was in my graduation. I used to read a lot, but I never communicated with people once I left that coaching center, right, where I used to talk. So in plus two, because of lockdown, I had to drop out of that coaching.
Okay.
And I'm not a kind of person who likes to approach. So internet, I was scared of it. Even though I have been here for such a long time, I never approached people. So this was something I needed to take care of. So I would say in 2024, or in the middle of 2023, I started recording myself like almost every day. After I returned from teaching, I used to talk just random stuff, what I read, what I taught, what I'm reading right now. So this is what I used to do. And I think reading and talking to myself sounds crazy, talking to myself, but these two
Okay.
things helped me a lot, right? And in 2024, out of nowhere, I decided that I have to create a YouTube channel. I have to talk about these books and
Okay.
movies. And then, long answer, right? But like four months ago, I had my first conversation with Santa ma'am, who's quite popular
Okay.
here, and there I got a lot of confidence. I thought that I guess I can approach people. I can also talk. Then I started
Yeah.
approaching my real life friends who can speak a few lines in English. We did some
Okay.
Sasta podcast, and here I
Okay.
am. Like
Yeah, that's great.
it's been a long journey.
Yeah, that's great. That's great because like when you start recording yourself, At least you can record yourself and see like what, where are your strength, where is your weaknesses, right? And you can find out like what kind of improvement you need to do. And this is a good thing when you are recording and uploading it. Maybe people can reach out to you and they will suggest you something. And apart
Mm-hmm.
from that, it is also a passive source of income, right? Like if you are doing great in YouTube, maybe once you become popular, people gonna approach you and it can become a passive source of your income. So this is a great
Exactly.
thing that people are doing. A lot of people are doing. I was also afraid like to record myself on a camera and upload it. But when I saw
Mm-hmm.
people recording, right, like I also gained confidence. Like I should also do this kind of thing, because what is the point of hiding your skill? Like if you have skill, speaking skills, you are good at something, why do you hide it? You have to show the
Mm-hmm.
people like you have a skill. And
Yes.
like share your ideas, share your like whatever you have experience with other people, so that they can also inspired by you. Maybe they can ask for help, so you can help a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. You are like basically talking to people and sharing your ideas on YouTube. So yeah, that's why I started also making videos in YouTube.
Great. And how long have you been making videos?
I have not been like making video for a long time. I used to make videos a long time ago. I used to make video on literatures, because as I told you, I'm a literature
Mm-hmm.
student. I used to make videos at that time. I used to make videos on novels, but at that time I used to make videos on novels because I was literature student, but I did not get much time to record so many of novels. I only recorded like 4 or 5 novels, and that got quite popular. But at that time
Mm.
I did not make much effort that I should make videos and grow on YouTube, because like
Mm.
I was not that aware like you can make money, or you can like make a passive
Monetize
income, or
it.
yeah,
Mm.
monetize it. I was not aware of all those things. But later, like now when I am teaching here, so I thought maybe I should do this kind of thing. Apart from making money, at least you can share your ideas. Now that's more
Exactly.
important.
No, no. You mentioned earlier that if you have some kind of skills, why not to share it with others? Why not to show it to others? And I think there is no shame in monetizing your skill, and especially in country like ours where English is seen as such a big thing. People make it a big deal. So why not to use it to monetize it, right? Maybe I
Exactly.
sound evil if somebody is watching it, but no, you can monetize your skills.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because like these are the services that we are giving to people, right? Like we have a
Hmm.
skill, like we are giving services. So yeah, definitely we would be expecting something, because like we have to also run our family, right? Like we also
Yes,
have to
who is
take
gonna pay
this.
the bills?
Exactly, exactly. People gonna understand it, right? Like
Hmm.
yeah, definitely.
So
We
Amit,
have also.
Amit, what I think you did your degree from Jharkhand or somewhere else?
I did my
Literature
degree
degree.
from Jharkhand. Like there was a
Hmm.
local college. There is a local college. I completed my degree from there, and then I did my bachelor in education, that teacher training, and
Hmm.
completed that and joined school.
I'm also planning to do B.Ed. Hopefully
Okay.
next year, as soon as I get my graduation degree, I will have to enroll myself. I was earlier this morning, I was having a conversation with a guy from Bengal,
Okay.
Kolkata, I think, and he had also done degree. He is also pursuing a degree in literature. So I want to know. I asked the same question to him that what are
Okay.
the course things he had to study. He has to study in his course. So what you had to study? I
Okay.
mean the
B.Ed
text.
basically.
No, not B.Ed. Literature in literature.
Okay. Okay, I had to study novels, basically novels, British literature, American literature, Indian literature. That was the thing I used to study when I
Hmm.
was doing my bachelor's. So yeah, usually we read that kind of things. Maybe you have also read that kind of thing, like
Hmm.
literature in literature, British literature, their society, how their lifestyle was at that time, right?
Yes.
What kind of writers were there, like what they were writing about. Yeah, these kind of things usually
Hmm.
we study in literature
And
graduation.
what were the prescribed texts in your syllabus, or the novels or the dramas you had to study?
Sorry.
Did you read? Did you read the original text or you didn't? The
We
text
didn't
from your.
read original. No,
No,
like
no.
that's pretty lengthy, right? Like if you go to read a novel, like it's gonna take a month, right? Like for me, like basically because I am not into, much of a reading. Like I take time. I love reading, but like I read maybe 4 pages, 5 pages in a day. Right.
Hmm.
And if you start reading a novel and you have to read a whole novel for, 1 unit, right? So yeah, it's going to take a forever. Like if you are reading a
Hmm.
original text. So we used to read something that is concise, like made by someone. There
Or
is summary
summary
on it.
notes.
Yeah, exact summary notes. Like we used to read all that kind of thing to save our time, because
Hmm.
because like if you go reading books, like you will have in semester one like 10 books. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of time to read that book.
But I enjoyed my time. I read most of the texts of my second and third year, and I loved it.
Okay,
I can find time for reading. It's not
okay,
that I
okay.
read. Hmm.
Okay, that's great. Like if you have a free time, then you can read. Definitely, like it's a really kind of interesting to read books, like a novel book. Like if you have time, it's amazing. Like I have also tried once Pride and Prejudice. Like that was
Hmm.
I was reading, not completed that, but I was reading few pages. But when you read those books, like it's great. Like you get kind of experience the emotion of characters, right? When you are reading books.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And how's your experience teaching in a school? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, definitely, because I chose this career. I have already worked in many companies, many multinational companies, right? So I worked in Amazon, and I
Hmm.
hated it that because like I had to sit in front of computer, I had to work in an office, and like my world was totally limited between office and home.
Hmm.
Right? Like you don't, when you are working in a corporate sector, you don't get time to do anything else. So I hated that.
Hmm.
But when it comes to teaching, like at least you have a free time after you teach in a school, maybe 6 hours, 5 hours in a day, and you have free time. You can do other things as well. You can meet people. You can go out for dinner. Right? You can go out for movies. You can do many things. Right? When you are a
But
teacher,
what
like you
about the
have
money,
free time.
dude?
Yeah, that's all right.
Does it pay well?
Yeah, so like not that well, but like it's manageable now. It's okay.
Manageable. Hmm.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you are holding the BA degree, so it is manageable. But for people who are doing it for the sake of money, don't even
Yeah,
ask.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And what is there something that you don't like about being in a school, especially in private school?
Okay, can you repeat that? I There was a sound background side. I couldn't hear you.
So is there something that you don't enjoy in that school, being in a school?
Uh, yeah, sometimes like students are nearing, not listening to you, right? Like they are just into their work, like they are not listening. They are making noise. Sometimes they are doing some, basically not behaving, right? Sometimes they don't behave. You can't always tell them like behave, right? Like sometimes they don't listen to you.
Yes, yes.
That time it feels like, yeah, where I am, right? Like this is not I was expecting, right? It happens sometimes.
It happens. You know, it used to be really overwhelming for me when I had started. Like I have been doing it for 1.5 years now, but for the first 2 months, it was really challenging. I used to have literally nightmares. Like
Okay.
the student of class 10th, they were really something. Like I was also
Yeah,
something when I was in class 10, so I was able to understand what they were going through. But being in that space, being a teacher, I used to think that this is karma. What I have done with my teachers, I'm receiving it. So I literally had nightmares because of them. I used to think that this is something I need to do. Because when you start something, you feel like I have to give 100%, right? You are making notes for them. You are making
yeah,
different kind of going with different ideas that I will make my lecture or my class suitable for them or make it engaging, but they're not ready to listen to you, right? So you
exactly.
feel like, why
Exactly.
the hell I'm putting this much effort?
Exactly. That's really frustrating. Like you work really hard, you give your 100%, you make, as you mentioned, you make notes, you invent some methods to teach them so that
Hmm.
it can be interesting
Exactly.
sometimes, right? But when it comes to, executing that thing in a classroom, like it doesn't happen
Good luck with
as
that.
planned, right? Yeah, it totally
Hmm.
turned out to be different. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
that's really like, frustrating sometimes. What about you? Like, do you enjoy that?
I enjoy teaching, but I hate paperwork.
Okay.
Recently I also work in a, CBSE school, so
Okay.
I don't have a BEd degree, but they are keeping me there, right? So there I was, and I was there for about 1 year. I didn't receive good salary. It was manageable, because of that degree, I was managing there. And the number of students were less too. So there are about 15 students in each class, 50 to 20. I enjoyed there. But there was a time when I thought that, it is repetitive. I used to go to school, return, nothing much was happening. I felt like I need to be exposed to a big classroom, 50 students in class. So I decided to go in that kind of a school. And boy,
Okay. Okay.
I regretted my decision. I thought I was enjoying my time with those 15 students. I had a lot of freedom. I could do literally anything which I wanted to, be it
Okay.
literature, grammar, a spoken class. I could conduct anything. And managing 15 students is manageable, right? But just imagine handling 50 students in a classroom, and they all are teenagers, 15 years
Okay.
old, 14 years old. How the hell you are going to teach them something? And
Yeah.
the most annoying part was the director. If somebody is watching from that school, I'm literally abusing that guy. Go and say that Rasan sir said this. That dude was really annoying. And sorry, I don't know whether a teacher should speak like that, but that was really annoying. That guy ruined my mental health. I
Okay.
was thinking every day, not like button dude. I don't just go away from it. I don't like that guy. He was such a pain in ass that every time I was in a class, he used to come teach this way, make them cram something. For example, in class 10th, I had to teach, writing class it was. So I had to teach them how to write formal letter. So he
Okay.
literally came in my class every day. I had provided the format, I had provided them sentence, vocabulary, and how they should write a letter. He came to my class and started telling me, make them cram everything. So what I was doing, the students were cramming the thing, and I had to listen to them. For 45 straight minutes, I had to do nothing but listen to them cramming later.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
said, sorry, sir, please keep your money. I'm not going to come from tomorrow. I should have abused him because the next day I called him after a week. I said, sir, where is my money? And he said, there is no money for you. You haven't worked. And 17 days, dude,
Okay.
70 days of labor, I would say mazduri, 17 dino ka mazduri, it went for nothing. But I felt really nice after I left that school because we will talk about it. I don't know whether I need to cut some part of it because I don't know whether teachers should be speaking this way. But man,
Okay.
it really had a really bad impact on my mental health. That dude was really annoying. Like every day was a torture for me.
Exactly. Like it's the worst thing. Like if someone is doing that kind of thing, because like you are a teacher and you are hired to do something, and you have to do according to your own right. Like, but someone is coming there and just dictating you. Like you have to do this thing this way, that way. So yeah, how are you going to do that? Because you have different ability, you have different skill, right? You are not same. Like maybe like you talked about director, and you are not the same. You are two different people. You have different method, you have different knowledge, different wisdom, right? Like you have different
Hmm,
skills. You are going to use your own skill, not his skill. So
exactly.
why would he dictate you to do something? Yeah, that's the worst thing, like
And
how
that
director
that
can do.
was that was so annoying. I mean, just imagine. For example, I was ready to listen to him. It was his school. If he wanted me to follow his rules, I was ready for that. But dude, at least let me be myself in my class. Just imagine you are teaching.
Like where you are going to do your B.Ed from.
Yes, B.Ed. We were talking about B.Ed. So if as soon as I get my degree of graduation, I will enroll myself in some distant college and let's see how it goes. I have to do YouTube now, even though I'm going to forget about the outcomes. Going to be a stoic for a moment and let's see how it turns out,
Yeah, definitely,
right?
definitely. Because like, it's a very important, like when people think about money when they are kind of making videos on YouTube, it doesn't
Hmm.
pay off
Pay
that
well.
way, right? Exactly. Like
And
you
even
have
it
to,
doesn't pay well too. Once
yeah.
you get to a certain level, then that's fine. Otherwise, you can't expect much in the beginning.
Exactly, exactly. So that's what the problem is. Like you can't
Hmm.
expect when you start the YouTube channel, you can't expect so many views. so
Hmm.
many ads on your channel, like sponsorship, right? Like
Sponsors.
nothing, yeah, nothing gonna happen.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, keep uploading, like thinking maybe, like you are just trying to help others, and maybe one day,
Hmm.
like when you
Yeah,
become popular, it gonna help you to, earn passive income and help you to do something on YouTube, right?
exactly. Amit, I really enjoyed our conversation and hopefully we can connect in future too. There is just so
Yeah,
much to talk. And next time we are meeting, we are going to talk about books and of
yeah,
course, whatever you are interested in. All right.
yeah, so many things. Yeah, exactly. Okay then. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Have a great day.